sorry. No need to apologize. I know I wanted you to notice me. She put her hands into his hair, still thick, even if grey now, still with that kind of curve and bounce that gives even a plain-faced charm. And Tyler Masson's face was not at all plain. She said, I think you were the kind of boy who wanted everyone to notice you. And we did. There was your name to begin with. She seemed to focus suddenly. Yes, your name. Why on earth are you called that? Tyler. Yes, Tyler. Well, he said, smiling easily down at her, it was my mother's idea. She believed, being from Kent, that Wat Tyler of the Peasants' Revolt was some kind of ancestor, and my father drew the line at my being called Walter, which Wat is short for, so they compromised on Tyler. Rose made a face. With Masson, for heaven's sake. She removed her hands from his hair. Ancient, Tyler said breezily. The first Massons came over from France after the Norman Conquest. They were stonemasons. Any more useful etymology I can assist you with? She was giggling. No. Go on about what made you notice me as a schoolboy. Rose made an effort at composure. Well, she said, there was your height, and a kind of confidence. Insecurity, he said. Perhaps. And what about you? What did you feel? She glanced at him. She said, I just wanted to be liked. God, he said, I like you. I like you so much. There isn't a way I know to express how much I like you. I can't quite believe it. He bent to peer into her face. I don't get it. I absolutely, utterly don't get it. How can you doubt your total lovableness for a single second? Upbringing, possibly. Character. Family position. The younger of two girls. I don't know. All I do know is that when you say what you've just said, I think I'm going to blow up like a firework. He linked his hands behind her waist. He said teasingly, What did I just say? Don't. Repeat to me what I just said. I can't. Rose. Yes? Rose, I, Tyler Masson, have never felt about a woman in all my 63 years the way I feel about you. Okay? She nodded yet again. Okay. And in my blithe and arrogant male way, I am assuming that you feel something of the same about me. Do you? She looked up at him. His eyes, slightly magnified by the lenses of his spectacles, were, she observed, not exactly matching in colour, one being a distinctly greener kind of hazel. Yes, she said. She was waiting for him to kiss her, but although he was looking down at her mouth, he made no attempt to touch it with his own. Instead, he said, Just one more thing. Oh. He released her waist and took her hands in his instead, bringing them up to hold against his chest. I've never done this before. What? Well, let's just say that if anyone proposed to anyone in the past, it was a mixture of Cindy doing the asking and me doing the assuming. But the thing is, Rose... He stopped. She waited. He lifted one of her hands up to his mouth and kissed the palm. Then he said, The thing is, Rose, that I desperately, really desperately, want to marry you. She had bought the little house 7 years ago, after the divorce. It had been, in terms of the minimal employment of lawyers, a civilized divorce, largely because William Woodrowe wanted to marry someone else, and Rose was chiefly concerned about protecting the children from the spectacle of openly quarrelling parents. William, it transpired, had been having an affair with a senior nurse on his surgical cardiac team for well over a decade. It was an affair, if you could fairly describe such an established relationship as an affair, known and after so long largely accepted in both the London hospitals, public and private, where he operated, and Gillian Greenhalgh was treated with much of the deference that automatically accompanied the consort of a leading consultative surgeon. When Rose came to hospital functions as William's wife,